Car Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. I'm Alex Nafusi. I can't believe that my firm has given me the reins to this show this weekend because, not completely. They brought in Bobby Efros of Capital Mortgage also. Harry Glanz and Harvey Freed are actually out of town this weekend, and they told me that I have to do it by myself, so I'm going to do the best I can. I've got Bobby Efros of Capital Mortgage Funding also. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning, sir.
Are you nervous?
You're here. I'm fine.
Yeah, please. I can tell. Got it. We brought in a couple of special guests. Sherry Brzezinski of Keller Williams. Good morning.
Good morning, Alex. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Good. And Randy Speck. Done some radio.
Good morning. How you doing?
What am I, the superintendent? What do I call you?
Yeah, superintendent.
El Presidente of Madison Heights Schools?
Superintendent is good.
All right.
Superintendent.
Well, good morning, buddy. Everything good?
Everything's great, man. It's
You look
awesome.
good, man. You got your Shinola on. You're rocking the Vineyard Vines. Look at you, man.
I'm ready to go, man.
You are
It's a
the
great
coolest
Saturday
guy.
morning.
You are rocking and rolling, buddy. That's like
It's going to be a fun hour. We're 3 minutes into it. This is going to be fun.
That's the guy that I wanted as my principal when I was a kid. It's changed a little bit.
I think you had a few principals.
Well, a couple here and there.
Right.
So everyone good? Rocking and rolling?
Let's go.
Yeah, sure. Talk about the market. What do you got? Everything good?
Oh, market's great right now.
Can you talk on the microphone, please?
I guess. I can.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the market's really good. Things are moving really quickly. Again, it's all about price. If people are pricing right, they're selling right. If let me see, I pulled some numbers here. So in Oakland County, residential, we have just under 2,600 active listings. So that's a good number. Now
You need like 7 Red Bull right now, just so you know.
So we've got almost 500 condos on the market just in Oakland County. If we look at what's pending, meaning, so that kind of gives you an idea of how things move, how quickly they're moving. We have, with residential and condo, 2,000 are pending. So if we've got,
Is that good or bad?
that's great. We've
Okay.
got 3,000 available listings and almost 2,000 are pending. I mean, that's showing that things are moving quickly.
Okay, that's good. That's it. That's what you got for us.
Yeah,
All right,
that's what I
thanks.
got,
So, I'm glad Randy's on. Randy, you've done some radio and TV before, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
a little bit.
And so, Randy Speck is the superintendent of Madison Heights Schools. I think Madison Heights is one of those areas that I kind of put with Hazel Park. It's up and coming, it's the next thing to pop in a good way. And when you get guys like you, in the school district, it's a good thing, man. People look at schools, and I'm very blunt, and like you're a good dude. I mean, you're a good guy. I think you do a good job with the schools and all that.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, it's about, I've been there for 6 years. This is one of the most fun times that I've had in my professional career. The folks in Madison Heights, the South Side, where the Madison School District is at, they welcomed me in 6 years ago, and from a school district standpoint, I'm blessed to be there. We've got great faculty, we got a great staff, we've got great families who choose to be there with us every day, and part of our mission is to be a school district that, in fact, our mission is to serve families one student at a time. And so when a family comes in and they want to say, hey, we want our kid to come to your school, that's an honor. I mean, that's an honor for us. And I think as a school district, one of the things we've done a nice job over the last several years is to honor that commitment that a family's making to us.
Right.
And so we want to give them great service. We want to give them great education. We want to do all that kind of stuff. But we want it to be an awesome place for kids. Because, part of the job description of a kid, whether or not they're in the 3rd grade or they're 17, is to not necessarily like school. I mean, that's part of the job description of a kid, right?
Right.
But when they're with us, we want them to forget that and just be completely engaged into our school system, and we think they are.
And you're from Nashville, right?
Yeah, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Little Nashville charm, but
Yeah.
Madison Heights. I like that.
I love it.
That's
I
my
love
favorite
it.
state of it. Nashville's my new Las Vegas. I love it.
Nashville's great, and Nashville's going through a big booming time. But here in Madison Heights, what's interesting is when I came into the school system, most everyone I met had a relative who lived in Tennessee.
Oh,
So we had this great connection early on, so it was a lot of fun.
nice. Join the show, 248-539-9797. Randy, it's funny. So when we went to your school, with it was an elementary school?
Madison Elementary.
Yep.
Elementary. And there was, I forget what was going on. This is the first time we walked into the school. there was some altercation where someone stole $1 from someone, and you were talking to some little guy in the hallway, and you gave him $1 out of your own pocket and said, "Hey man, here's your $1 back, but you can't act like that." And I mean, it was nice to see. I was like,
Alex was touched. He was very touched. No one gave him $1 in elementary school, obviously.
It was nice to see that somebody did that. It was super cool, man.
Hey, Randy, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, obviously, Sherry's here, and we talked earlier about not being able to really talk about school systems as a realtor from an ethical standpoint.
Right.
Understood. So we went right to the source, and that way we take you off the hook. So let's ask Randy a question. How does real estate affect the school system? How does the school system affect real estate from your perspective? And then take Sherry off the hook, and she could chime in another way.
Yeah, well, I think local communities, the center of any local community, and when you think about how really southeastern Michigan, really Michigan is set up when we have our counties, but every local community has their own school system for the most part, And so
right.
when you have these local municipalities, the school system becomes the center. I mean, it's the center of everything. And if the school system is rocking and rolling and just knocking it out of the park, then it gives the ability for the municipality to really seek economic development, community development, and then that ends up benefiting the real estate industry. That helps homeowners to look to say, I see what's happening within the city, but I want to know that my 5-year-old is going to be taken care of in the school system.
Right.
And so that's a place where I want to go. So they're really interconnected. I think, though, that the school system is one of the keys that drives economic and community development for local cities.
We saw it firsthand, right, Alex? I mean, it was important that we saw that. It was amazing to see what's going on there. But on that same note, so being in the position that you're in, do you feel something special going on in your community as well?
I really do. I mean, the elementary building that new Madison Elementary that we built about 3 years ago. When we moved into that building,
Is that the one that we were at?
Yeah, that's when you guys came in. We had 350 students when we moved into that building. That was 3 years ago. Now we have 530 students in that building. It's grown by almost 60%, and that is primarily in-district folks. I mean, we're a school of choice school district as well, so people choose to come to us from different places. But that's also young families moving into the area, and it's not just older kids. It's young families with kindergarten students and preschool students, and they're wanting to say, when they're coming to us that young, they are wanting to say, maybe it's our starter home that we're starting in, but we want to finish here as well. And I think there's some great real estate opportunities and things that are happening within that part of Madison Heights that are going to benefit those families.
It's awesome you said that, man, because that's where I was going with that. Because people are priced out of Royal Oak, Birmingham, even Berkeley, Clawson. It's getting so expensive. You can.
Is that your take, Sherry?
I agree.
Okay.
That's it. You want a Red Bull? Thank you. It was very, very, very profound, Sherry. Thank you.
Well, I was going to say is it would seem to me again it would seem to me, because some of those other communities might be a little bit more priced out for families, that when you're looking for a place to, whether you start your family or hopefully in the future there are going to be some developments that come in to where it's not so much the starter home, it is that place.
Yeah, and
that's where these families can say, we're going to put our roots here. Our kids are going to start in your school district, and they're going to finish
there. And I'm not saying it's cheap by any means. I'm just saying that some of the other cities they're overpriced. I'll say
there's a few more
I'll say it right now
in that area.
Okay.
Because you have some of the smaller homes, which can be helpful, and get people that can't afford large mortgages to.
Got it. We got to under a break. You want to join the show? 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
Hi, Harry Glantz and Danberg for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Grosse Ile, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
mortgage funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. That's 1-800-569-7283. You can always email us at lowrateonline.com. It's where you're going to find professionals who have been in the mortgage industry for several years. And I'll tell you, the knowledge is king. If you're out there trying to purchase a house, you need to have a professional team. That's why we always bring in the professional real estate agents. This morning, of course, Charlie Lutz from RE/MAX joining us. Charlie handles a lot of business out on the east side. And it's always a pleasure to have you, Charlie. You're very articulate, but more importantly, having professionals and if you're out there working, it's night and day. I mean, I know when people meet me, they tell me, wow, Harvey, you're giving us a lot of great information. I know that's what we expect out of you too, Charlie.
Well, it's important. You got to have a good team. Everyone that's involved in your team has to have the same mindset as you. You know, our business and as far as our platform is, we want to make the customers first. It's not about us. It's about putting the customer on that platform where we want to elevate them to a status where they feel as though they're our only client, and that's our goal. No matter if we're working with a particular inspector, or in this case, my son here that works at Capital Mortgage. That's very important to us.
Well, you know, the value proposition that you bring, Charlie, is that team concept, because, you know, we all have, the only thing that everybody has an equal amount of is their time. So what, during that time frame, what kind of value are you bringing to your clients? You're bringing your experience. We talk about value proposition all day long. What do we have to bring is the same thing you have to bring. You've been in this business a very long time. You believe in a team concept. You understand what it's like and the value of quality information, real information versus fake information. Okay, fake news. So what you bring, your value proposition, is you're always going to do the right thing. And by virtue of the fact that you've been in this business a very, very long time and you're a survivor in this business, hey, grinder. Everybody really thinks that the mortgage and real estate industry, it's a sexy business. It's not sexy.
There's nothing sexy about it.
There's nothing sexy. You just have to work at it. And that's what you do. So the misnomer is that every mortgage person that you talk to, yeah, we can get it done, we can get it done, we can get it done. But what kind of information are they passing on to their client about how they're going to get it done? Everybody says they can get the job done. We know that 10% of the people can get the job done. The other 90 can't.
Yep.
So what kind of value do you bring? Well, the value's in the education and the information and the team and the team spirit. That's what it is.
Another thing that we found out with teams, my wife and I, we work together, and we're the ones that take the clients. We don't have a new person. You know, our team is not.
You don't dump them off to the person who
No,
just got
we don't
licensed?
have new people. You know,
A lot of people think Mike Valenti doesn't like anything.
Newsflash, your opinion doesn't matter.
Well, the truth is, he does like one thing, the men's college basketball tournament. Every year, Valenti makes a trip to Vegas for the tournament. And this year, we want to send you and a friend on the trip, too. Go to your neighborhood Buffalo Wild Wings and tweet a photo using the hashtag ValentiVegas contest. And you could win a trip to the D-Las Vegas to watch the tournament and to watch Valenti do his show live from the D-Las Vegas. The Valenti in Vegas contest, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings and 97.1 The Ticket.
Download the allnewradio.com app and listen to 97.1 The Ticket anytime, anywhere.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back. Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate and Business Show. I'm Alex Nafusi. Bringing along Randy Speck, Madison Heights Schools Superintendent, El Presidente. Bobby Efros, our, what is he, internal?
I'm the new business development guy.
Development guy?
You're right, exactly.
Thank you.
Just to remind you.
And Sherry Pazinski
Tell you what
from
that is
Kelly
later,
Williams.
what that means. It's a big title.
It's a big title. Yeah. You know, it was great. We had a great talk during the break, you know, about first-time home buyers and the school district and the young families and, you know, where they can go. And, you know, Randy, it's one of the cool things is you're so passionate about what you do, and I definitely pick up on that. And we toured Madison Heights Elementary a few months ago.
Yep.
It was super cool. I mean, you're good at that, and I think it's important that people recognize that.
Well, I appreciate. It is. I said this in the first segment. It's been an actual absolute privilege to work there and to just lead that school district, because I'm leading it with so many great people who've lived there and they're committed to being there. And again, it doesn't matter if they're teachers or administrators or food service or custodial, or it doesn't matter, secretaries. It is a great family of folks to work with, and I think our students pick up on that. As well, and we talk about. I've been working also over the last year or so as the principal at the elementary school.
Yeah,
and that's been so awesome. And so folks will say
that office a lot.
So sometimes folks will say, how you can do both jobs, and I'll say, one of the great things about that is I average like 300 free hugs a day. And because these elementary kids, it's awesome.
We have to be careful
awesome.
about that.
We got to be careful about that.
Yeah. Well, you guys are in the,
I can't do that.
Rules.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
No, maybe not in the mortgage industry.
I average that too.
But in our world,
I'm not commenting on that.
Let me just take over the show for a minute. Let me just take over the show for a minute.
Hey, actually, we have a caller here that I think that would be appropriate for you, Randy. We hear that there's some new construction going on in the area. And
Is this Mr. David? John.
Yes, it is.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
I'm good. How are you? You're on the air, bud.
Okay, great. Alex, what's going on?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. I got Randy on my right side. He's right here.
Randy, what's up?
how you doing, man? I'm surprised you're awake.
Good.
I'm surprised you're awake.
He's still awake from last night.
Hey, John, it's Bobby over here too. We want to hear about your development. What's going on to help Randy's cause and Sherry's cause, and we want to help you as much as possible. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the development that you, I think, got approved?
Yeah, we're going to start breaking ground. Hopefully, we're waiting for one more approval from the city. Hopefully, that we're going to be breaking ground at the end of the month. We're going to start putting sewer systems in, the underground, and then we're going to move forward.
John, where are you building, buddy? What are the crossroads?
10, John R. between 10 and 11 Mile Road.
And what's the starting price?
$189,900.
I like that. So, give me square footage, bedrooms, baths, all that. Give me little details on the property.
14 to 1,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. We're gonna have 3 bedrooms upstairs. Downstairs will be all an open floor plan. Basement. There's going to be a basement. It's going to be a nice unit for us. I wouldn't consider it a starter home, but for a starter home, it's going to be a wonderful place. And it's priced right, and I'm pretty sure people are going to be able to, people with not a high income are going to be able to afford it.
And this is exactly what that part of Madison Heights needs. There's no question about that. John, how many homes are you looking to put there?
33 homes. And the best thing about this whole deal that we're doing is the kids are going to build one home. Yeah. And I'm praying that I get on each trade, because all my trades are all aboard on this, because the industry needs trades. Right. Like electricians and plumbers and carpenters and rough carpenters. And I'm hopefully that we get some of these kids want to be electricians. These kids want to be a plumber. They want to be roofers. And that's what we're hoping for in this. So the kids are going to be building one home.
That's awesome.
That sounds like a great opportunity for a lot of people.
Oh, I'm excited about it. I'm more excited about working with the kids because I teamed up with Joe Paluzzi. My brother and I teamed up with Joe Paluzzi. Joe Paluzzi's a builder. He builds $1 million homes. And for him to come in and with his expertise and then the help of the school board and Randy, oh, my God, it's a home run for me.
When's the last time we had a new development in Madison Heights like that, Randy, you know?
I don't know. I mean, we're talking decades since there's been a new development like the one that John and Joe are planning.
That's amazing. It's exciting.
What is your timeline on that?
We're going to break ground. We're starting off with 6 homes right out of the gate. We're going to be breaking ground on 6 homes. And like I said, February, the end of this month, we'll be breaking ground with the underground.
Awesome, buddy.
One more approval from the city. We're excited about it.
Yeah, I think it's great you're doing that, buddy. It's outstanding, dude.
Are you doing a pre-sale, John? I mean, can we put your number on the radio?
We're going to. I haven't really sat with the real estate guy, Georgie Thomas, and we're going to probably be sitting with him. We already negotiated our deal, and hopefully that we get something together, and we're going to, I want to have a pre-sale.
Awesome, John. That's outstanding, buddy.
Yeah.
I appreciate you calling in, dude. That's
Make sure you
definitely,
get his number,
All right,
Sherry.
definitely a good
Thanks,
thing, buddy.
guys.
Enjoy your day,
Thank
dude.
you.
See you,
I'll
John.
see you, man.
too.
Thanks,
Good
John.
Get
luck,
it, buddy.
guys.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Awesome.
He's a super good guy, man.
Yeah, and that's been such a great partnership because John and Al, his brother, you know, when they came to us and we started talking about this, the reality is, and I've heard people say this to me before, that, you know, school districts and superintendents, we shouldn't be involved in the community development
totally not
business and
true.
stuff like that. It is so off the mark. Because, again, as I was talking about earlier, school systems are the center of the hub.
Exactly.
So if a family's wanting to come, we want them to be a part of our school building. We want them to be engaged in our programs and the things that we're doing. So then we want them to be engaged into the community. So we need to have good housing for them. We need to have good opportunities for them. We need to have good restaurants and good shopping opportunities and things like that. And all of these things, along with actually a new downtown development plan that the city of Madison Heights is starting to put together, which is right in that area, just a mile away from where this development's going to be. The next 3 to 4 years are super, super positive for some economic and community development.
Randy is good. I like
He's
that.
excited.
We gotta Randy. We gotta bring Randy on the show
Sherry,
more
I'll take a
often,
breath
man.
here in a minute.
Hold on one second. Let's talk to Sherry. Let's ask you, what's your wheelhouse? Where do you like to do all your business? What's happening? And we just
Anywhere
touched on it
Oakland-
early. Alex
Oakland
knows you better than
County.
I do.
Yeah.
So all over Oakland County?
All over Oakland County, Macomb County, Wayne
The
County.
price point that you've been working with? Or?
You know what? I sell them all, big or small.
Got
you
it.
know, so.
Got it.
That was good. That's nice. Because a realtor's gonna say I wouldn't take a deal because it's too small.
I
You
got
know,
it.
you know that's
Well,
that question
no matter
before
what
you even
the
asked
price
it.
point is, no
Right.
matter what the price point is, that is the biggest purchase for that person.
Correct.
So you have to look at it as a priority, whether it's a $80,000 house or it's a $3 or $4 million home. You know, it's the biggest purchase that person's doing, so it's their priority. So it has to become my priority as well.
Do you deal with a lot of first-time home buyers as well? Because, you know, we're talking about school systems, we're talking about education, we're talking about things that are going on. Education from...
Wait, her daughter just sold it. Wait, what do we get?
Yeah, that's
who
my
just sold
daughter's
it?
house.
This is your daughter's house?
Yeah.
This is her house or she sold it?
Well, it was her house. I sold it.
You sold it.
I sold it.
So you got rid of your daughter. That's nice. All right. What I'm saying is that, Randy, all we talk about is education. And from our perspective as well, educating a home buyer to make sure they know what's going on early and often. Obviously, we talk about pre-approvals. And you've been in the business, I think, since 2008 doing what you do, correct?
Yep.
So 10 years of doing this. And I guess in the beginning, you were probably wasting your time a little bit with pre-approvals that weren't completely, let's just say, kosher, right?
Absolutely.
So it's very important that you get a good pre-approval. Right?
Pre-approval is not worth the paper it's printed on.
Right. One of our co-founders, Dan Burke, is so crazy about getting so much documentation up front that he is adamant to that point. So
Well, and I will say not all lenders are created equal.
correct.
So
So that's a big point, and that's an education that could start as early as high school.
Can you talk to the microphone, Bobby?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I thought I was loud enough. I said that's education that can start as early as high school.
It needs to start in high school. I mean, kids and students need the background. You know, high schools are somewhat pinned in on what we have to teach. You know, for graduation, all those kinds of things. But there has to be opportunities for kids to learn about finances and how to start businesses and buy their first home and those kinds of things.
It's so funny you just brought that up because a few shows ago I was talking about, you know, when I was in high school that even when I was in college that, you know, you couldn't, I didn't know how to get, you know, a student loan or, you know, the interest on a credit card, paying that off. But I could solve for X.
Right.
I mean, you know, I knew the Pythagorean theorem.
Right.
I mean,
The question is why.
Well, exactly. And then the point is, you know, like to your point, is it's important to teach, you know, kids now, like, how, you know, I don't want to say balance a checkbook. That's awfully simple, but, you know, like getting a student loan, get a car lease, you know, like the X Factor.
Yeah.
Budgeting.
And there are personal finance classes that a lot of schools will offer and those kinds of things. What we always have to do is try to make sure that fits into the curriculum that we have to teach. And we're constantly working with the state legislature and the Michigan Department of Education to give us that flexibility.
Awesome, dude. We never knew a break. You want to join the show? 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
97.1 The Ticket.
When you
Hi, Harry Glantz and Dan Burke for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Groseal, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
All righty, welcome back to the show, 9:33. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Yep, we're in our 18th year of bringing you this show. Tons of information. Again, if you want to become a homeowner, you definitely want to give us a call. We'll show you everything you need to know with absolutely no obligation. Get a real approval letter from real mortgage bankers. Call Capital, 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's 1-800-569-7283. And that's the way to get business done. We were going to go into a little bit of debt consolidation. We always talk about that new equity that everyone has. Of course, the economy has dramatically changed here across the country, more importantly here in Southeast Michigan and all around our state.
Yeah, so there's a little housekeeping item we have to clear up from last week. And as you know, the new tax laws came out. And one of the things that got hit the hardest was the home equity loan tax deduction. Now, let me simplify this for you. It did not go away if you used a home equity loan. We call it an 80-20. If you got a first mortgage for 80% of the value, and then you got a second mortgage for 20% of the value, use that to acquire the home when you purchase the home. You closed on the same date as the first and the second. That's still deductible. Now, if you did that before December 15th of 2017, the whole thing is deductible, okay? Up to $1 million of total mortgage debt. Now, if you did it after December 15th,
I mean, you took cash out on a home equity line to buy.
You can't do that. You can't take cash out on a home loan to buy a car, go on a trip, consolidate. No, that's not deductible. But if you did it after December 15th to acquire a home, to buy a home, it's still deductible up to $750,000 now.
Okay, good.
So let's not misunderstand that home equity loan interest is still deductible if it was used simultaneously when you purchased the house.
Let's misunderstand the IRS code. Yeah, those guidelines.
Well, and by the way,
it's like a phone book.
Check with your CPA,
Amen,
your tax advisor, and all this on what I'm telling you. But fact check me on this.
Yeah, no,
home
it's good stuff.
Loan interest is still deductible if you use it to acquire the home. So if you did before 12/15, it's up to $1 million. If you did it after and going forward, it's $750,000.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes. Of course, the new tax code will be coming out, and now more than ever, you better consult with your CPA or financial advisors and make sure you put a plan together. Again, maybe alimony's not tax deduction anymore. Charitable gifts.
Wait, what?
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
And we're brought to you by Magic Ice. Wings winners are second in a row after dropping 6 of 8. They won over Carolina last night 4-1. Darren Helm goal and 2 assists. Peter Mrazek, 36 saves. Wings in Florida tonight right here on 97.1 The Ticket beginning at 7 p.m. Pistons home to Miami tonight. That's 7 p.m. at the LCA on AM 950 WWJ. Number 24, Michigan hosting Minnesota this afternoon at 2:30. Also on News Radio 950, AM 950 WWJ. Number 5, Michigan State visiting Indiana tonight. Cleveland Cavs forward Kevin Love will not need surgery due to that broken left hand he suffered against the Pistons this week, but he will miss 2 months. And Cavs forward LeBron James says any thought about him leaving the Cavs for the Warriors as a free agent is, quote, nonsense. Super Bowl 52, of course, tomorrow. New England, a 4.5-point favorite over Philly. Hear it all right here on 97.1 The Ticket. At the Ticket Update desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
Some complain. We explain.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back. He would go because he's LeBron, and that's what he does. He likes drama. Welcome back. Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. I'm Alex Nafusi, Capital Mortgage Funding. Bring on Bobby Efros.
Hey, don't forget about Ronnie Jacobs. He's in the office all day.
Dude, I know it's your first time on the show. You got to talk on the microphone. You can't just talk to me across the computer screen.
Well, you need to be talking.
There you go,
Sorry
buddy.
about
There
that.
you go.
Ronnie
All
Jacobs
right.
is still in the office, and he needs calls. So please call Ronnie at 248-569-7283 or 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Also, got Randy Speck from Madison Heights Schools. Morning, sir. You look nice today.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
And Sherry Podzinski, Keller Williams. Good morning again.
Morning. Hi.
Are you? You wake up yet or no?
I'm awake. I'm
You
ready
ca-
to go.
I love that. I love that I missed 2 calls from Sherry because she thought I was going to sleep through the show, and you need to get jacked up. I mean,
I don't interrupt. What can I say?
interrupt?
I'm
Why?
polite.
You have to. You should have a dinner at my family's house. If you don't interrupt,
Yeah,
you're not going to wear it
I
edgewise.
think I crashed your house on Thanksgiving, or was it Christmas?
You did bring a cake over, yes, or a pie, I think. Yes, it was very good. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, Randy, getting back to the importance of schools in the community, I think that, again, like I said, you're so passionate about what you do.
I think he's got a program. Don't you have a program that you have for some of the students to go forward?
Speaking of interrupting, it was a comment, not a period, but go ahead.
Right. Well, when we were talking in the previous segment about a new development coming in and 33 new homes, one of the things we've wanted to do for a long period of time, and we'll do it in this program, is we're going to have some of our high school kids from our construction trades program be a part of building these houses.
With John or no?
Yeah.
Oh,
with John-
sweet,
with John.
dude.
And which is great about that, because in the state of Michigan, the skilled trade shortage is huge, whether it's in advanced manufacturing or construction or whatever you're looking at. You're looking at 100,000 jobs in the state of Michigan that aren't being filled right now because of the lack of skilled labor. And so within our own school district, we started an advanced training manufacturing program this last year called MAMC, called Michigan Advanced Manufacturing Collaboration, where adults and students come in and they can get trained in CNC and robotics and lathe and all these different kinds of things. And those jobs will start out $35,000 a year. And so for an 18-year-old, 19-year-old who's just not necessarily looking to go to college, that's something they can really start in, because that's a career, and then that gives the ability to go get that first house.
Yeah.
This is how cheesy I am. What's your show?
Well, I was just going to say,
You got to just jump in, girl. Come on.
There's a huge shortage of contractors. People want to get work done to their houses to get them on the market, and it's delaying that process by a couple of months, trying to get someone decent in to get the flooring done. And, the carpet contractors are backed up. To get an electrician and, just to find somebody that has some time slots available, it's just been a process.
Yeah.
Tim Holden, can I get the steps finished to my house, please? I know that I already wrote the check for the patio you put in a few months ago, but if you could please finish the steps, that'd be awesome.
Well, it is. It's electricians, it's plumbers, it's concrete guys, it's folks all over. Just carpenters. There's a huge shortage, which I think is exciting for us to take our kids from our school district, those who might be interested.
How is there a shortage? I just don't get it. How is there a shortage? I mean, I feel like anybody that, if you're not working, I'm not grilling you by any means. I'm just saying, from pure economic standpoint.
Well, I think part of it goes back maybe 10 to 15 years in the state of Michigan, where from the Department of Education, they made high schools kind of take away vocational training, and it all had to be about being college ready. And so when you did that,
it was all finance. Remember that?
All finance.
Yeah, 100%.
So you took
dude.
all of that away.
That was my era.
Yeah, the pendulum shifted way over to college preparedness, which I promote as well. But at the same time, you left out a huge population of both.
Well,
I love this guy.
Both guys and girls who want to do that.
Auto shop classes. Do we even have auto shops?
No, because
anymore
what
in
happened
schools?
is they took them out of the schools and they did consortiums. And so part of the problem is it's hard sometimes to transport kids to these different other campuses. It should be in the schools, and we're proud of Madison High School to be able to have it there.
So let's talk back about that development. So because of those great prices on those new houses that are in, the home sales, we want to make sure that values are there. Let's talk a little bit about the values you're running into. How are appraisals doing?
No appraisal issues.
Oh, stop, Sherry.
I'm not. Well, with me, I haven't had any issues.
So you underprice your listings?
Oh no, I don't. You know what? I actually.
So I assume you prep your clients.
I always like to have a we meet first. I go through the house. I give them a to-do list. So I've got some people that can't get their house on the market for a month or two because they're prepping to make sure everything is right. We price it properly. We're going to look at comps in the area and do very strong very, just really take a good detailed look at everything.
Got it. Well, we're still excited. We're really busy at the office still. I know people are a little bit worried about what happened yesterday in the stock market. It really hasn't affected us, at least yet. But as Harry will say, it's one day. What Harry says, things are not going down all the time.
Well, rates, okay, as Glans would say, like rates aren't going to go to zero. They're definitely going up.
But they're still good. Things have been good. And
here, historically, I mean, how are you going to complain about anything in the low fours on a 30-year fixed rate?
My first house, I think, was at 9%.
Was that you get a mortgage or land contract?
It was a land contract. But that was also a long time ago.
I ask because my father tells a story all the time that he bought his first house in 1981, I think, on a land contract at 9.5. He goes, and I thought I was stealing money. So, I mean, it's different. I mean, the rates they're still so low. I don't want to hear about it. And the market got crushed yesterday, but who cares? I mean, it had a great run. What, you thought it was going to go up forever? I mean, seriously, anybody that's complaining about the stock market getting killed the other day, I mean, it's up because a ton. Who cares?
Well, because the values are still up, and we're still talking about rates a little bit, or a lot. Lines of credit and equity loans are.
I don't want to talk about rates.
Well, we're talking about programs. So, a lot of people want to take cash out to pay off those lines of credit. So that's why you should be calling us and calling Ronnie Jacobs in our office.
Well, one other thing I really wanted to make sure we touched on today, couple things actually. One is preparing to buy. Okay, I have a few rental homes, so I'll have my tenants say, "Oh, I'm going to buy," as soon as taxes come in. Well, they're not preparing properly, so their credit score might be in the 600, low 600s. Mm-hmm. And they might have problems, say, with a credit card. And they say, well, I'm going to pay it off when I get my taxes, and that should remove all my problems. That's not going to remove all their problems.
No, we have to get to them early and often, and sometimes it's not the right time, but we're here to help. Alex can tell you some people just need a little coaching.
Yeah.
We've got some great software that you can run your credit report through, and it'll tell you what you have to pay off or pay down and the impact it'll have on your credit scores.
Well, and for Sherry's perspective as well, we want to make sure you're not
another comma, but go ahead.
Wasting your time or going in the wrong direction with a client that seems very excited.
Exactly.
But maybe not the right time.
Exactly.
This is the best show ever.
Sorry.
Randy, you've been trying to talk for 5 minutes. What do you want to say?
Harry, what do you say?
We don't step on each other, Bobby.
I'm sorry. I can't see over the screens. I can't tell you're talking. I'm sorry.
Listen, man, I'm the best mortgage guy ever. I'm not a radio guy. I'll completely disclose it. Listen, I'm the best mortgage guy ever. I am not trained in radio. But if you want to join the show, 248-539-9797.
I think one of the things that you were talking about, the rates, and again, that's not my world either. But people get used to something, or they get used to hearing that it's good, whatever it is. I think we've got such a new generation. Again, I see it in the school district, a new generation of young families, young parents coming in, and this might be their first opportunity to buy, might be their first opportunity to go for a mortgage. Maybe they've just been renting their entire life, and so now this is their new opportunity to do it, and it's probably a great opportunity to educate folks on what it is that they've got to do.
Yeah, I mean, sure. We had lunch the other day, and we made a list about this. We're going to talk about the first-time buyers and pre-planning.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's important.
I
think it's almost more important than move-up buyers. Well,
get checked up, Sherry. Come on. I mean, so we talked about first-time buyers, and we talked about pre-planning, and I think you hit the nail on the head about getting your ducks in a row,
Yep.
and get things in order.
Well, so many people, they think they can do it on their own, and I think they should be calling someone like you, or you specifically, of course.
Thank you.
There's only one of Alex.
Of
Sorry.
course. But they think, well, I'm going to pay this off, or I'm going to do this, and I've had people say, oh, I'm going to close down these 3 credit card accounts. Well, closing an account is not helping you. So I think you've got to talk to a professional.
Well, a lot of people think paying off closing a credit card when there's a balance on there is a benefit. It's not. It's a total detriment to your credit score.
Including disputing accounts. You'll say, oh, I don't want to pay that, so I'm going to say I'm not responsible.
You can't just say you don't owe this money.
Hey, maybe
someone
some of the people I've
doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
But realistically, if you've had one charge on an account that you've disputed, here you go to get a mortgage, and that dispute shows up.
And you have to remove the dispute on your credit report for during a mortgage. So I mean, you can't just arbitrarily say I'm not paying this.
Well, of course, but most people don't even realize when they have a dispute on their credit report.
That's why you should call us early and often.
248-539-9797. You want to join the show? Or you can call Ron Jacobs at the office at 1-800-LOW-RATE. Ronnie J is he's a great mortgage guy. Terrible parker. He never pulls into the spot the whole way.
Maybe the worst parker ever.
He's worst parker. Unbelievable. The back of his car is always over the lines. We'll be right back.
Hi, Harry Glantz and Danberg for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Grosse Ile, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Welcome back to the show. If you are just tuning in, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. We're in our 18th year. Give us a call, 248-539-9797. We'd like to hear from you all about buying and selling homes out there. Debt consolidation, if you're already a homeowner. A lot of us might have overspent for the holidays. That's right. Now you can do some debt consolidation. And as you know, these home equity loans, well, not all of them are tax deductible anymore. So if you have a second mortgage that you've had in the past, definitely give Capital Mortgage a call. We'll show you great ways to save money. This is where the professionals come. Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. I want to move off to Macomb Township. We got Alex out there calling in about a home inspection and the process. Alex, go ahead with your call if we can plug in there. And, my board guy, here we go. Hey, guys, hit the... We're going to go to the caller there, and there she is. Hey, Alex, thanks for staying on hold. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for taking the call.
Thank you.
I just have a general question in regard to the home inspection. My wife and I, we bought a new home out in Sterling Heights this time last year. We had the home inspected. There was a couple things on the inspection that he said weren't code, and we should request them to be updated. So we negotiated them. They ended up getting them fixed. And then we've had some minor issues, not with what they fixed, just general things. Like 2 weeks ago, we had a bad gas valve on our furnace. Woke up in the middle of the night, and our furnace was out. Luckily, it was the day. It was almost 45 degrees, so it wasn't that bad. Had a company come out the next morning. He goes, all right, it's $240 fix. Wasn't a big deal, but he goes, there's a couple things I want to address with you. And he pointed out some hoses, some things that he goes, none of this is code in your furnace room, from the hot water tank to the furnace to
You work hard. You play hard. We talk hard.
97.1 The Ticket. God forbid we mistakenly leave a mic on during the break, because I can only imagine what would happen. Welcome back to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. I'm Alex Nafusi. Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE. Or you can join the show, 248-539-9797. I've got Bobby Efros in the studio. Morning, buddy. Again.
Good morning, sir.
Got
Can you
Randy
hear me?
Speck.
Okay, good.
And Sherry Pazinski. Good morning, guys.
Hi.
Again.
Great.
Last segment. Quickest hour radio.
It's been a great hour of radio.
I'm glad. Right now, I'm glad you came on. You got a great radio voice. You got a good game, man.
I'm trying out for Harry. If Harry's listening, I'm trying out for him.
Harry is listening. So
oh my gosh, dude, he's so competitive. If he hears that right now, I guarantee he's calling you.
He's applying for the job of principal now.
Yeah, Harry'd be a good principal.
Harry would be a good principal, man.
I've been in his office a lot.
Right, take the Red Bull out of his office.
Right.
For a.
I don't know if he'd be a great principal. But
I think I totally disagree, dude.
Maybe not a great principal.
I think he'd be a great principal, man. I think he's a good dude. He's got a huge heart. It's Randy. Randy, he had a huge heart, man. It's like, I'm telling you, that day when you gave that kid the $1 back, you know what I'm talking about? You remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, dude, that was. I don't say it was. I was like emotional about it.
He's
it was
like
cool,
the Pied
man.
Piper in Madison.
Well,
everybody just follows him.
I tell you what, I think our kids in our education system, again, whether they're coming from affluent communities or communities that have had more difficulties and challenges, our kids, when they come to us, the school system, the school day has to be a safe place for them. It has to be a place where they want to be there and they're engaged with teachers and teachers love it. And that's why I'm just so committed to Madison District Schools and committed to that part of Madison Heights and really just see the economic and the community development that really is going to exist and happen there over the next 18 to 36 months, and which I'm really excited about the 33 new homes that are coming in.
Yeah, no, John David and those properties are going to be outstanding. I think he's another just a good. It's funny, like I surround myself with good people. It's nice.
It is helpful.
It's helpful. It's safer too.
So Sherry, we talked. Yeah, it is safer. Thank you, Bobby.
Right.
That's such a good point.
You guys shut up. Sherry, so we had lunch the other day, and we talked about some things about selling homes and why you would sell, but regarding life events.
Yep, I call them life events. Whether you're merging your families together because your parents can't take care of themselves anymore, or whether you're, you have a yeah.
Never mind.
Or you can't take care of you.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to make fun of my dad, but I'm.
Yep. Or there's a marriage, there's a divorce.
Right.
I mean,
we do the same thing in our world. Typically, if someone comes out of school, they think they're going to get a house right away.
Yep.
You end up getting in a relationship, have another, then have more kids. Second home.
Life changes,
God
right?
forbid somebody dies, divorce,
While you're busy
and then
making other plans. Is
correct.
When life
so
changes,
they're all events
yeah.
we talk about as well. So they're all important.
Well, job relocation. I mean, is a big factor, and also I see a lot of people downsizing now.
Yeah, we call it right sizing. It sounds better than downsizing.
Of course you do.
You
guys have your high school photo on your business cards too.
All right, okay. Mine is a little overdue, I will admit, and it's so funny because I thought I'm never going to be one of those, but I get so busy that you don't
I'm
make
so
that a
busy.
priority.
I couldn't actually take a new picture.
Right.
I couldn't take a selfie.
Okay, so I'm of the age group that I'm not comfortable with selfies. It's there's a certain age group where you're comfortable with
All right,
them.
talk about right sizing.
Okay, right sizing. Right sizing is, let's say someone's living in a colonial, now they've got arthritis, whatever, they're looking for a ranch style home. That's right sizing. Last week I was working with two families. They're both going to sell their homes and move in together. So that way grandma can help with the kids while mom and dad go to work. And then in that way it's the family's there to help grandma as she ages as well. So it's nice. I think it's great options. One other thing I did want to mention is assessments are coming out this month.
Yeah.
So they're expecting like 24,000 people to dispute them. So as property values are going up, assessments are going to be going up. So people
aren't they capped though?
Yeah, if you haven't moved, and they're only capped up to the rate of inflation or 5%.
Thank you. That's what I was. Thank you. I tried to give you the layup, Sherry. I put it right on the table for you. I knew the answer before I even asked the question. I'm just trying to get you in.
All right, good job, Alex.
Assessments. Yeah, they're obviously it's an expense, but it's not bad. Market's going up. People complain when the market was going down.
Hey, looks like we got a call here. Somebody we probably know.
Oh, it's Al. Al, what's up, buddy?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you. I'm well.
So what's going on? Al's the president of the Madison Heights School Board. I got Randy on the air with us.
Now I got my boss on the. Now I got to be really careful.
Thanks for calling in, Al.
Al, so what's going on, buddy?
I just wanted to call and thank you guys for helping us promote the district and the project, and we're excited about it. And it's something that's sorely needed.
It's cool. Like I've said forever that I can go any place I want in the entire country, and I stay here. If I called Harry tomorrow and said I want to go to Nashville, he'd be like, "Okay, no problem, man. Here's the money to open your own office." But I stay here. I'm passionate about it. There are guys like you that are passionate about the area. There are guys like Randy that's passionate, and this is my home.
Yeah, I've been in Madison Heights my entire life, 56 years, and I'm the same as you. I was blessed and successful in my business adventures throughout the years and could have moved any time, but I love it here. I really do.
That's a good spot, man.
And you chose well with Mr. Speck over here. I'm sure you're happy to have him.
I agree wholeheartedly. I agree.
He's rocking that Vineyard Vines. Got a Shinola on. Look, he's all in. He's got the Detroit. He's rocking and rolling, man. Look at this guy.
Come on now.
Al, I appreciate you calling in, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
We'll get to see you soon, Alex.
Al.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. See you, man. Bye-bye. He's a good dude.
No, he is, and I've been really fortunate to work with a really functional school board over the last several years that has been forward thinking. Because again, in communities that have had challenges over decades and decades, it's hard to think past the next day.
Right.
And this school board and this school district and this community has given us the ability to do that, and families reward us by saying, well, we want to come to your school.
Well, the cool thing too is that like you're a normal guy. Like you don't give off the persona of a typical like superintendent. Like from like I'm being complimentary.
No, I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. It's not like you're not stuffy. You're a regular person.
You didn't show up here wearing a suit and tie.
I did not.
I think that helps a little bit.
I did not. You want to be relatable to the folks that you're serving, and our mission is to serve. It's not necessarily to teach math and science or personal finance. It is to serve. And once we've done that, then we can teach personal finance, math, and science, and kids how to read. And I think families want that. They should expect that out of their school system, that we are there to serve them, not the other way around. We're there to be there for them.
Absolutely.
We are extension of the family when they come to us.
That's such a good point, extension of the family,
So
dude.
when I sell a house, one of the things I always tell my people during inspection, go visit your local schools. Go see if that's where you want your kids. Do you open the doors and let parents come tour?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an open thing because
They took Bobby and I for a tour.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Don't let anybody in. That's good.
They let me in.
Right, exactly.
Yesterday the mayor of Madison Heights brought in someone from the community who's looking to come and do some investment into the community, and we gave them tours of the facilities because, again, we want to be good partners not only with our families but with the community, because I firmly believe that we are part and a huge key to the economic and community development that can happen in that city.
Yeah, you 100%.
That's why I'm totally committed to what's happening in Madison Heights, whether it's the builds and the restaurants and new development, because our kids are going to benefit from it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I grew up in Bloomfield Hills. I went to Lasser, which is now closed. I think it's Bloomfield.
Yeah,
what is it? Bloomfield High School or something now. And I live in Berkeley currently, and I mean, I just love it. I mean, I love the area. I mean, I love the development and how it's growing. I think it's outstanding. I mean, it's like here. I see you're passionate. I'm passionate, dude. I don't want to. I love Nashville. I can't leave this spot, man. I can't.
Oh, it is a great this part of southeastern Michigan with all of our local communities. I've got some family in town right now, actually from Nashville, and we were driving around some local downtowns last night, and it's great to see that because some of the larger cities just don't have that. Some of the other cities.
I agree. I mean, Berkeley's, it's got, it's really growing. I mean, Royal. I was downtown with my dad last night. Hey, broski, he's getting his haircut right now.
Hey, we got about a minute left, and I just wanted to let everybody know what I
go
do.
ahead. Another comma.
Yeah,
go ahead, Bobby.
Sorry, no commas here. All periods. We're going to the end of the show, so we wanted to thank Sherry for being here.
We need to practice.
To thank Randy and let everybody know what I do. I do the business development work for Capital Mortgage Funding. So if you're a corporation, you're a school system, you're a municipality, call me and let you know about our corporate programs and what I do on a daily basis. I'm just filling in today.
Explain that, buddy. What do we offer them? So what do we offer Madison at schools?
We believe everything we do can be a corporate benefit. So we have a program that we negotiate with the head of the big chief, and then we offer it to all the employees and potentially the friends and family as well. We'll get a little bit deeper into that. Give me a call. Ask for Bobby at the office. Thanks for being here today.
You did so good, man. I'm glad you talked to the microphone. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's in my face.
Randy Speck, thank you so much, buddy.
Pleasure
It was
being here,
awesome,
man.
Thanks, Randy. Thanks, Sherry.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Sherry, thanks for being here.
Bruno.
You want to join the show? I'm sorry. If you want to call the office, 1-800-LOW-RATE. 248-539-9797. We'll see you next week.